Hello grapplers and welcome to a new video. Give you an update of my Leverless. I'm gonna divide this video into the good, the bad, and specifically Tekken and Street Fighter. Configurations and options are huge in Leverless. It's incredible the amount of options you have. You have different sizes, different button caps. If you come from the mechanical keyboard world, this might be easier for you, so you can recognize what kind of switches you want. Some controllers use low profiles, other the regular switches. It's great. Like the amount of things you can do with and customize your controller to your type is fantastic. As you can see, there's a lot of controllers. We have the Empress, the Snackbox Micro, the Kitsune or Hout 42. They have several options, and also something from Etsy, even the Slap Mini, which I've heard is fantastic. The problem is the quality, and not necessarily these controllers, but the problem is the quality and the prices. I feel are all over the place. There are some that are extremely cheap, others that I feel are way too expensive for what they offer, especially if they allow native PS5 support. At least options are great, but I strongly suggest you look for reviews of the controller you want to get, because this is an investment, not only in terms of the actual money you have to invest into one of these controllers, but also the time. Now, these controllers are, in my opinion, very comfortable. As I said in my other video, you do have to put your hands in a very specific way in order for you to not feel pain on your wrists. If you really want to make the most out of these controllers, you do have to be careful about the way you handle them. Just relax your hand and use your fingers. Use the GP2040 CE, the Raspberry Pico. Very common for these controllers to use the GP2040. Super common. The good thing is the compatibility. However, there are two things that are very significant. If you play on PC or Switch or PS3, this is not a problem. PS5, you do need to buy the extra dongle in order to put the controller and use it for PS5 natively. The GP2040 does not support PS5, and the same thing applies to PlayStation 4. If you don't do anything, you'll have the 8-minute timeout. You need to update the key, PlayStation controller key, to your GP2040. I have to be honest, I have no idea how to do it, because I don't use this controller for my PS4. But if you want to, you might need to look into it. As far as I know, that's a very complicated process. There's a lot of legality involved, so be careful about that. Fair to assume it's going to be played mostly on PS5. I've seen some websites that mention PS4, but I think it's going to be played mostly on PS5, as last year. And that brings up the problem of the compatibility. If you want a controller that is natively available for PS5, you have some options like the Razer Kitsune, but these are all or close to $300. Fightbox also has a few options, and there's a PS5 option, and it's also close to $300. But this is something significant if you want to go and compete at the bigger tournaments. It is fair to assume most of them are going to be played on PS5. Luckily for us, we have things like the Brookman Wing FGC. You can get these from Amazon, I think. Want to spend $115 for the Slap Mini, the regular one, you do have to get and consider another $50 to $60 in order to get the Brook. This is something a friend of mine told me. If you play on consoles, this is not an issue, but if you play on PC, you can create macros for the Pico. That basically means you can have a button that does 360, a button that is 720. So far, I don't know how that's going to be handled, but in the future, if more and more tournament organizers use PC and people show up with these controllers, there might be some requirement to check if they have macros or not. So this could be a problem in the future. So far, I don't think it is. The inputs are both super easy to do and very, very unintuitive. That means a QCF, quarter circle forward, is very simple, but others are very strange. Like if you need to jump or press up forward, you need to press 2 buttons. Something to consider, that inputs are curious, are both simple and very complex sometimes. Alright, Tekken. I have to be honest, I don't have complaints. This has been so easy to use in Tekken. It's fantastic. The good things you have a lot of control. Very easy to sidestep, sidewalk. You can escape situations super easy, either by backdashing regularly or by using the SOCD Korean backdash, which is hold back. In this case, I'm holding back because I'm player 1, and press down forward, down forward. But yeah, it's a controller that allows you to do several things faster. So you only, once you start working on your movement, you reduce that gap thanks to this controller. So you only have to focus on attacks and how to deal with attacks. And that is super useful in a game that is so complex as Tekken. Even though this one, Tekken 8, I'd say is simpler in some areas. The only thing that I feel is a problem in Tekken are certain inputs. For example, in the case of King, he has up forward 3+4. In order to do this move on Leverless, you have to press 4 buttons, unless you have a macro for 3+4, which I do. Because I was dropping this input a lot of the time, pressing 4 buttons. So you do have to get used to the up forward, pressing these 2 buttons at the same time. You do have to practice your wave boosts with timing. At first, they're gonna look very weird, but with timing, you're gonna get all your wave boosts. I literally see no problems using Leverless on Tekken. I'd say even it's better than playing on pad or even stick. I scale to Street Fighter. By the way, I saw the trailer. He seems very boring. That's my quick review. I still have to wait till the character releases, but so far I'm seriously not interested. 3 issues so far, and this is specifically for Zangief. Sorry, for Zangief. The first one, the health up combo. This is not something you can do easily. It's not consistent. I can do it all the time because I practice this, but it's still in some matches where I need the clutch and I need to get crouching medium punch into health stab. Very likely I'll drop it. Now the second is something I call the down problem. What is the down problem? Down sometimes is not registered. Here, for example. As you can see, I did the piano so fast that down was not registered. I've seen some people, and I think this is the best method, swiping your SPDs. Which is, I wouldn't say 100% guaranteed, but we're gonna look into that in a second. But you can swipe your SPDs. Basically, you do this, and then up and punch. My main issue with this is the way you have to move your hand in order for you to recover your positioning. In very clutch situations, punishing with something like this is just not intuitive. It is very hard to do, especially under pressure. You need months and months of training in order to get used to this input for something that is not a tick throw, because you need to react fast. The other option is isolate the down input, and this is also hard. You need to pianoing forward back or back forward and then down, something like this. In order for secure the down input, it is still not intuitive and not easy to do. This is just one part of the problem. You need to do this too. Your burst for finishing your combos. I don't feel Leverless is a good controller for Zangief. 720s. Now this is hard mode. It is super inconsistent. And this is a problem. A big problem. Because even though Super Level 3 might not be the best super in the game, sometimes you need it and the freaking thing doesn't come out. Leverless are not necessarily a good controller for grapplers that have 360s or 720s. That is the harsh reality, I think, of the controller. It's not good for those inputs. If you use a character that is a charge character, or maybe a character that relies mostly on QCFs, quarter circle forwards, not necessarily a half circle forward, this is a great controller, because to be honest, Zangief, I had 0 issues reacting with Super Level 2, either by using the regular input or the quick input. And your control of the character is fantastic. You feel totally in control of every single input. The problem is they're not necessarily good enough for Zangief. My main issue with the stick is the way the game handles the Super Level 3 and Super Level 2. I'm gonna keep playing Leverless in Tekken, but as far as Street Fighter with Zangief, sorry, I always forget. With Zangief, I'm gonna wait till they fix the input reader, or they buff Zangief in a very significant way where I wouldn't require SPDs or 720s that much. I'm just dropping too many SPDs and too many 720s, and if you're looking to play Zangief on Leverless, that's my advice. Start working right now on your 720s and SPDs. and work on your health tap combo all the time, because those three things are gonna cost you some rounds. Sadly, I don't feel Leverless is a great controller for grapplers that are played like Sanjeev. I want to get more Leverless controllers because they're pretty cute, and I love controllers. I love Arcade 6. Hope you enjoyed this video, and maybe this video helped in some way. If you like this video, please subscribe, and I hope I can see you in the next video. Take care, have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.